Hey there, everyone. Jim here, the father of Fantasy for the Ages, the father and son show where we talk about fantasy, science fiction, and all other sorts of content that we enjoy nerding out about. I'm here today with another one of our tiny talks where it's just me coming to you with a book blast on Malice, book one of the Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne. This means 5 minutes or less, I'm just going to share my thoughts today on Malice and give you some things to think about on it. If you like what you see in this episode, you check out the other things here on our YouTube channel, I hope you'll subscribe. And be sure to like this particular episode. If you got any comments, drop them there in the comment box. We love hearing from people who viewed our content. So, what about this book? I added this series to my to be read list sometime early in 2021. I was exploring the new kinds of fantasy fiction that were out there that I hadn't heard about yet. This was one of them. The Faithful and the Fallen series was given a lot of high praise by other content creators that I was listening to. So I was like, I think I need to listen to this. I think I'd like it. I want to read or listen to this book. As it turned out, I put this one into my Audible library and finally got to it just the other week to start listening. Okay, here's what happens. I listened to the prologue. Very fantasy, names, settings, very unfamiliar, no context. Okay, moves into chapter 1, something totally different. And then moves into chapter 2, again, totally different. People, places. What the heck is going on? I am so lost. I realized there's no point continuing to listen to this book. I do not remember a bloody thing, nothing sticking, too much going on. But I bought this. This wasn't even just an Audible credit. This was an actual purchase. Real moolah. And I wanted to enjoy this series. So I said, hey, what the heck? I'll just start over. I don't think I've ever done that with an Audible book before. I mean, I've done re-listens intentionally, but I'm only 2 chapters in. But okay, I start over. So prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and by this time I am completely lost again. There's just so much being laid out at the beginning of this book, and I can't keep everything straight. I'm clearly multitasking too much. You gotta focus here. But stubborn. I'm a German. Stubborn German. I started again. Third time was the charm, thank goodness. All that foundation I'd given myself by listening to these things 3 times now, they held place. They stuck in my brain. Nothing started leaking out my ears. And I actually started to enjoy the series. And then as it continues into multiple chapters, every chapter is a different character's POV. Once in a while, there'll be a back-to-back chapter focused on the same character. But there are a lot of different character POVs in this story. You're focusing on so many different perspectives. And you're like, what is the author doing? But as you keep going through, you realize John Gwynne is creating a complex fantasy world of humans, giants, and gods interwoven in multiple ways. And it's brilliant. There's so much slowly being revealed. You've got the surface story that's really pretty good, but there's layers under layers beneath it all. And we're slowly seeing these deeper tales be told, mysteries be revealed, and prophecies fulfilled. And as you get through this book, this first book, you realize you still only know this much of the story. There's so much more clearly to come. And the way this first story ended, holy crap, it's like huge, big highs and lows in different locations, and it's a massive thrill ride, and you're like, I must move on to book 2. And since this series is my favorite style, it's all done already, I moved right into book 2, Valor. I recommend this to any fantasy fiction fan who knows how to read or how to listen to an audiobook. But if you try the audio version, don't multitask. You must work to pay attention to this book. Even so, without context, you might have to try to start more than once. But trust me, it's worth it. So worth it.